some North Face boots. Probably a great price for personal. Probably not so for resale. So you got like a ton of these Air Max at like 50 bucks. The resale value just isn't quite there. I like a bunch of Columbia over here. Alrighty, y'all, so nothing inside of that Ross, and I was hoping to find some of the really nice Oregon duck gear. A lot of the Oregon stuff that you guys have seen me pick up from Ross and Burlington's in previous videos here recently, I've sold like a good portion of that. Been following like Oregon football since like 2007. This is by far probably one of the best teams that they've had, and once the team starts winning, you know, the fans starts coming out, picking up their gear. So I figure if I can get, you know, as much of that stuff as possible, and this is like a couple of days before the Pac-12 championship, if they happen to win that game,
the Cinderella story is over, man.
I mean, the whole month of December, as the hype kind of builds until like the New Year's Day games, it's just going to be unreal. So I figure if I got a lot of that stuff to list, I can probably sell a good portion of it. Had a pretty interesting experience on eBay, probably like yesterday rather, and I've been selling full time for like 7 years now, and people always ask me, man, like, are you afraid to get scammed on eBay? And I always tell people no, because like in my 7 years of selling, I've probably been scammed maybe less than 10 times. Maybe not even that. It hadn't really been noticeable, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know if you guys remember, like in the last video, I talked about how I painted like a pair of Jordan 4 in the military blue colorway. Picked those up from the bins for like $3, and they were like in pristine condition. Like the insole still had like the crispy Jumpman logo. The leather was in pristine condition. Outside of like a little of cracking on like the blue on the sides, they were in like excellent condition. So I got them home, ordered like the custom paint, got them painted, and upon shipping, man, these things were like basically in brand new condition. So I shipped them out, and once the buyer received them, a day later they opened up a return request, and they said that as soon as they put the shoes on, all the paint flew off, and my scam meter just went to like 100, because I'm a shoe guy. Shoes are what I do, and I've been painting shoes for a long time now. I got like a bunch of shoes in my personal collection that I painted. I've never had paint like just fall off of shoes, and I'm not buying this paint from like the dollar store. I'm actually ordering like nice custom paint. So kind of reached out to them, asked them what happened, and of course they ghosted me, and so now my scam meter is even higher. But I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just wait to receive the shoes back. So got the shoes back yesterday, and usually like I picked them up at the post office, and usually like when I'm processing returns, I'll get the packages and I'll just wait for the next day until I'm getting ready to do my shipping, and then I'll actually process the return. But I was really anxious to see like what was going to come of this, and so as I was opening the box, my heart's kind of racing a little bit, and got the box open, and I knew like right away once I opened the box up, these were not the shoes that I sent to this particular person. And one of the reasons is like the front of the leather, the ones that I sent out were in perfect condition. This leather on the front of these were like cracking, had like a bunch of peeling, and the side, man, they had like, as far as where like the blue was, it had like parts that were cracked that weren't even on those shoes that I sent out. And also like I looked, the telltale sign that these weren't my shoes were the Jumpman logo were missing in both of the insoles, and the ones I sent out, it was still like in great condition in the insoles that I had. So I reached out to the buyer, let them know kind of what I discovered, and that I was going to reach out to eBay and kind of figure out what the next necessary steps would be. So got in contact with eBay, and they basically told me that the only thing I could potentially do was refund the buyer like 50% and then just kind of proceed that way. And I'm thinking, and this is crazy, this is a straight up scam, and that's the best I can get, but what are you going to do? So reached back out to the buyer. I refunded their money, told them that we wouldn't be doing business again, and got the shoes back. And honestly, like, I picked these up from the bin, so it's not like I'm out of any money on them. But for me personally, it's not even about the money. It's just the principle that somebody would just try to like get over on you like that. And I'm not naive to the fact that there are people out there looking to potentially scam you, but when it happens to you, it's just kind of, it just hits a little bit different. So I got the shoes repainted. They look 10 times better than when I pulled them out of the box yesterday. So I guess at this point, I'm just trying to like get them listed and try to see if I can kind of recoup some of the rest of the sale price. Because I think I sold them, I think like 130 or 140 or something like that. So I ended up keeping like 60 bucks, 60 or 70 bucks on the initial purchase once I gave them like half of the money back. And I don't know, like, most of the buyers on eBay, in my experience, the last 7 years have been great. But every now and again, you run into like a situation like that, and it just kind of makes you scratch your head. You got like some huge LeBron Witness 7s. 65, a size, what, 17? This is like a Hoka jacket. I didn't even know they made jackets. This right here is like a pair of the Nike Flex Stride, like the 5-inch like running shorts. Like 17 bucks, and this size isn't even available. There's been like a couple of comps that are like right at 60. So I think I'm gonna grab these right here. So this right here is like a pair of Nike, I believe like Therma Fit, like open hem training pants. Retail at like 60. 25 bucks here, and these are selling between like 50 and 60. So I mean, not a ton of money, but you can definitely double your money. And the thing I'm probably going to pick them up is because they have like over 100% sell-through rate. So 5 listed and 8 sold. So alrighty, y'all, so like a couple of base hit finds inside of Ross, and over the years that's been my experience. Usually, I mean, a double up is kind of what I'm looking for when I go in there. Don't get me wrong, I like the home runs when you can kind of come across those, but those are kind of few and far between. Usually, like for me personally, and this has been my experience, thrifting usually has like higher profit margins. Usually, like, it's not rare for me to find something down at the bins for $2 or $3, really, with shoes as well, and sell it for like 70 to 100 bucks. And that's harder to do it with retail arbitrage, especially like at Ross, when one shoe is at one store and then you start seeing it pop up over literally all over the nation. But I like doing a hybrid of both models, so that's why I still come to Ross and Burlington, because even though I know I can kind of stick to thrifting and still keep like higher margins. Still got plenty of these for you. Hoka's at 90, man. Alrighty, also I stumbled across like the GOAT. Got like this Tom Brady Bucks jersey. $40. Looks like it's a men's large, and these right here retail at like $130. They got like, I mean, quite a bit of larges out there, but it seems like they're selling pretty consistently. You may have to hang on to it maybe just a little bit longer, but his stuff is going to eventually sell, and it looks like you probably can get somewhere between like 80 and 100 once the right buyer comes along. So coming home with me. Excuse me. Already also like $20 on these Nike React like baseball cleats. And these aren't huge profit winners, but I think they're selling between like 50 and 60 at a pretty decent sell-through rate. And one of my biggest goals in 2024 is to scale the retail arbitrage side of my business way up. And so I'm gonna start picking stuff like this up, stuff that you can pick up for like 20, sell for like 60. If you've been watching like week to week, I found like this same Timbers jersey in like a video or two back, same price at like 17, and it's already sold at like full price. I think it sold for like 80 plus shipping, and so a great margin at only like $17. So you got like two of these Oregon Duck like salute to service jackets, and it's kind of funny because these are both mediums. Couldn't find mediums when I was looking for them like a couple weeks ago. The large fits me pretty good, so I'm gonna just sell both of these. And again, like $20, and these are selling between like 60 and 80, so great buys at that price. So you got like this Nike LeBron Goon Squad, like looks like it's from the Space Jam movie jersey. And man, it's like super cheap, only like $13. I did some research. It seems like these retail up at like $120, and the bigger sizes tend to be doing a little bit better than the smaller sizes. So not a ton of 2XLs, and it looks like those are selling somewhere between 50 and like 65. And so at $13, almost like a no-brainer price.
This might be all that I know. Think it's okay. I've got a long way to grow. At my own pace. Go the long way. No one taught me how to walk, but I figured it out fine.